Let's start with USCIS, which handles a vast array of immigration applications and petitions, from family-based petitions to employment-based forms, adjustment of status, and naturalization applications. Over the past few years, USCIS has faced significant challenges, including backlogs, staffing shortages, and increased application volumes. Although things have improved somewhat since the pandemic peak, applicants still need to brace themselves for extended waiting periods. For example, family-based petition processing times can range anywhere from 7 months to over 2 years, depending on the type of petition and the service center handling it. One major factor influencing USCIS processing times is the specific field office or service center assigned to your case. Each center has varying workloads and resources, leading to differences in wait times. For instance, the California Service Center might process certain petitions faster than the Nebraska Service Center due to differences in case volume and staffing. That's why checking the USCIS processing times page regularly and knowing your service center is critical to setting realistic expectations. Another important consideration is the type of form you filed. Forms like the I-130, Petition for Alien Relative, can have very different timelines compared to forms like the I-485, Application to Register Permanent Residence or Adjust Status, or I-765, Employment Authorization Document. For example, I-485 applications may experience longer waits due to the multi-step nature of the process, including biometrics, interviews, and potential requests for evidence, RFEs. These RFEs, which ask for additional documentation or clarification, can add months to your timeline depending on how quickly you respond and how busy the office is. Speaking of RFEs, they are a significant source of delay but also a critical part of the process. Responding promptly and thoroughly can help avoid further slowdowns. It's essential to read USCIS notices carefully and provide exactly what they request, no more and no less, to minimize back and forth. Consulting with an immigration attorney to review your response can be a worthwhile investment. Switching gears to the National Visa Center, which comes into play once USCIS approves certain petitions and forwards them for consular processing, the timeline landscape changes but remains complex. The NVC's role is to collect fees, forms, and supporting documents before scheduling immigrant visa interviews at U.S. consulates or embassies abroad. Many applicants get stuck here waiting for the NVC to complete document reviews and move their case forward. NVC processing times have improved since the delays caused by COVID-19, but challenges remain. Interview appointment availability is a major bottleneck, especially in high-demand consulates like those in Mexico City, Manila, or New Delhi. Appointment wait times can range from a few months to over a year depending on the consulate, local conditions, and security protocols. One of the biggest shifts recently is how the NVC prioritizes cases. In 2025, they are focusing on expediting certain categories such as urgent humanitarian cases and employment-based petitions tied to critical industries. While family-based cases still move steadily, it's clear that the NVC is trying to align with broader U.S. immigration policy priorities, which may affect wait times depending on your case category. It's also important to understand that once your case reaches the NVC stage, your role becomes more proactive. You need to ensure all requested documents, affidavits of support, civil documents like birth and marriage certificates, police clearances, and financial documents are complete, accurate, and submitted promptly. Missing or incomplete documents are the most common reasons for delays at this stage. The NVC offers an online portal where you can track your case status and submit documents, so staying organized and vigilant is key. Another factor influencing both USCIS and NVC timelines is changes in immigration policies and legislation. For example, recent regulatory updates aimed at reducing backlogs and improving efficiency have introduced new procedures for document submissions and case prioritization. While these changes ultimately benefit applicants in the long run, they can sometimes cause temporary disruptions or shifts in processing speeds as agencies adjust. Technology is playing a bigger role, too. USCIS has been expanding its use of electronic filing and digital case management, which helps reduce paper processing time but also requires applicants to be digitally savvy. Similarly, the NVC's online systems have improved transparency but demand that applicants regularly check for updates and act swiftly on requests. Given all these factors, What should applicants realistically expect? Patience is still the watchword, but so is preparation. For USCIS, family-based petitions commonly take anywhere from 12 to 24 months from filing to approval, sometimes longer if interviews or RFEs come into play. Employment-based petitions vary widely depending on category and country of origin, with some categories seeing faster processing and others experiencing multi-year waits due to per-country caps and demand. Once your petition is approved and forwarded to the NVC, expect another 6 to 18 months before your immigrant visa interview, depending on your consulate and case specifics. If you're adjusting status within the US, the timeline can be shorter or longer based on local field office workloads. Throughout this timeline, consistent communication and staying informed are vital. Use official government websites like uscis.gov and travel.state.gov to monitor your case status and check processing times. Don't rely solely on anecdotal reports or unofficial forums, which can sometimes paint an inaccurate picture. If you hit a delay or suspect your case is stuck, consider filing an inquiry with USCIS or the Department of State. For USCIS, you can submit a service request online if your case exceeds the posted processing times. For NVC delays, contacting the embassy or consulate handling your case may help, especially if your case has been pending unusually long. One common misconception is that paying for premium processing speeds up all immigration cases. In reality, premium processing is only available for certain employment-based forms and does not apply to family-based petitions or consular processing at the NVC stage. It's important to know which parts of your process qualify for expedited services and which don't, so you don't waste money chasing false promises. In 2025, the immigration system is slowly recovering and improving, but it remains under strain. The surge in applications over the last few years means that backlogs will take time to clear. Your best strategy is to stay organized, respond promptly to requests, seek expert guidance when needed, and manage your expectations realistically. Understand that delays don't necessarily mean problems with your case, they are often a sign of system-wide pressures. For families, this waiting period can be emotionally challenging. Maintaining communication with your loved ones, planning your move carefully, and using the waiting time to prepare for life in the US can help. For employment-based applicants, continuing to develop your skills and stay current in your field makes good sense, since long timelines mean your career may evolve before your move. It's also wise to stay up to date on any legislative developments that might affect immigration policies. Congress regularly debates immigration reform bills, and even minor changes in eligibility or processing procedures can impact your timeline. Subscribe to official newsletters, follow reputable immigration law firms, or join support groups focused on your visa category to stay informed. To sum up, the journey through USCIS and NVC case processing is complex and can be long, but it's not impossible to navigate successfully with the right mindset and preparation. Understanding the current realities of processing times, staying organized, and responding promptly to every step will give you the best chance of a smooth immigration experience.